Welcome to A Fan's Perspective. It's your boy Boogie 45. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real quick. I'm gonna talk about this documentary with Diddy called A Reckoning on Netflix. Right? Show you a little something real quick, just in case for people who don't know. They probably already know already. Fair use.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs, all of these.
Now this is a documentary that was put together by executive produced by 50 Cent. So you already know what that's about.
Incarnations, all those name changes are attached to really bad deeds.
Everything in life, you're gonna have people that are bad and people that are good. You have to choose your side.
Yeah, man. So I watched the documentary. I watched like all four parts. And my takeaways from the documentary, man, is basically uh you had the dude that started Bad Boy with Diddy. You know, you had Roger Barnes, you had Lil Rod, and then it was the guy that started help start Bad Boy. Let me check who that is real quick. Check that out real fast. Bad Boy. Oh, I found it. Kurt Burrows. So Kurt Burrows is the person that helped start Bad Boy and whatnot with Puff. Hold on, y'all give me 1 second. Yeah, so with Kurt Burrows, what I understand is basically like he gave you 25% of the $1.5 million, you know, in return for you running Bad Boy and being his partner in business, right? And for him to come back and ask for the 25%, if the 25% was in black and white, can't ask for that 25% and think I'm gonna just give it up. And you talking about he held the bat over your head? Come on, man. Come on, man. That don't even make no sense, man. That sound like some punk shit, man. Like real talk. You know, even going down a little ride, talking about times he went to sleep and woke up, Diddy was in the bed and he woke up sore. Like, huh? Like, it's crazy. Like, you feel me? Then you got Eric Sermon, which surprised me because I didn't expect Eric Sermon to be on there. You know, now you say he took Misa from you, but you wasn't in a relationship with Misa, so she was free game. She was up for grabs, right? A chick can only be with a dude that she want to be with. If she don't want to be with him, she's not gonna be with him. Then you say he swung on you. Y'all went around the corner because he caught you chilling with Misa, and then he played you the Bad Boy record. That sounded kind of weird, man. Why there wasn't no scrapping going on? Like that sounded kind of weird. Like you feel me? Like I don't get that. You feel me? Then who else they had on there? Then the girl, I think her name was KK or whatever, with her elaborate story about how he kidnapped her. He had a gun on him. They went to Cassie house with Kid Cudi. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, this is the same old stuff that I already seen though. You know, it ain't nothing. it ain't nothing different from the allegations that they and Bid had out on Diddy or whatever. So I ain't really surprised, right? But I think what 50 Cent aimed to do with, because sometimes I was thinking like, what was his? I mean, the documentary was good, but I was thinking like, what was the point of him doing this joint? Like, what was he trying to achieve besides him, poking, taking a shot at Diddy? What was he trying to achieve with the documentary? Like, what picture did he want to paint? Right. So the picture that I seen he wanted to paint was basically he wanted to show Puff's character. You know what I mean? Puff is a very shrewd businessman, and a lot of people don't like it. Puff is willing to do whatever to get to where he got to get to, including stepping on toes, pissing people off. You know what I mean? Like, that's all part of his character. I mean, he's shown this stuff over the years. You know what I'm saying? And Puff, with Puff, you know, you use me, I use you. But Puff likes to misuse people. You know what I'm saying? He's a great motivator. You seen with making the band, you seen with his artists. I mean, he's good at what he do. But it's just that when artists have that vulnerability in any kind of way, he exploits it to his own benefit. So it's kind of hard to criminalize what Puff does. A lot of businessmen move like this. It's just that with Puff, he's notorious for moving like this. It's just that people couldn't really put a finger on it. So I think the documentary kind of put it together as far as his character. Now, them making claims about how he got Tupac killed, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe Tupac got caught up in politics over there, and unfortunately it cost his demise. I don't believe that Diddy had anything to do with Tupac getting killed. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Now, as far as Big, I felt like he was reckless with Big safety. You know what I mean? I felt like he knew he had problems with Suge, and it was all the indicators to show you that, you know, old boy wasn't really feeling you like that, and he had a lot of power over there. So for you to go over there and not have adequate security was irresponsible, and that irresponsibility caused Big to get killed. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. So I definitely wasn't feeling that. You know what I mean. As far as his artists, you know, a lot of those artists, they didn't really have success after Bad Boy. There was a few of them, but very few, very few. Um, and at the end of the day, you had. I mean, it's not. You had Mark Curry, you had Gene Dale. I mean, a lot of people spoke out on this man character that worked with him. Now they could seem like they bitter and things of that nature, which I do feel like some of them are. You know, they don't like the way Puff do business, and they don't like that he's very shrewd and he's very selfish. But he's really good at disguising that part of him. So I think that you create a lot of enemies in the same way. Same people you step on to come up is the same people you're gonna see on the way down. You understand what I'm saying? That's just life. You feel me? You got to have balance. You know what I mean? But other than that though, you know, I think Puff reputation is shot. I think Puff reputation is shot, and I think where it comes when it comes to him at 50, it started. I think with him at 50, I think it started with the whole Mace situation. He wanted to sign Mace. Puff wanted 2 million. They was offering 1.8. 50 went through Jimmy Iovine to get the 1.8. He went through Interscope, allegedly. But the deal didn't go through, and 50 was really trying to promote Mace. He put Mace on his album, the whole nine, and it didn't really work out. And I think 50 was salty because of that. He felt like, you wasting my time. Make it seem like, we're gonna do the deal and you don't do the deal. But at the end of the day, there's business. You know what I mean? Then went from that to, Puff, really supporting Rick Ross. Then Rick Ross coming at fifth. And then from that to fifth, with Diddy dealing with fifth baby moms and all that. it's back and forth. You know what I mean? It's back and forth. And I, so I already know where that come from with Fifth. You know what I mean? I don't really feel no way about Fifth. I mean, hey, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I ain't, who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? You know, um, but yeah, like at the end of the day, I feel like, if your character's messed up, you know, people are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt when it comes to situations. Because I don't, like I said, the way they was trying to paint him when he first got charged, I knew he was going to get convicted of a lot of that stuff because it didn't fit what he does. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how you gonna say a man is running a criminal organization when all his money is legal? You try and make him out to be a kingpin? Like, what is he doing that's criminal besides having these freak offs and these parties and you know what I mean? Getting into all this debauchery or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the fact his business tactics and the way he dealt with people on paper, you know what I mean, and in person, he created a lot of enemies, and they use this as a time to throw, to dump it on him. You understand what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is when it come to that. You feel me? But like, share, and subscribe, and get at me from a fan's perspective. You dig? Peace.